What's good? It's your man, Server King, telling you what it do. And I ain't know if I want to do a Fuck the Government podcast, talk about these good for nothing modern women, or get this religious shit out of the way. And I wanted to talk about the gang stalking shit too. So shit, I had both things on the flow, and I both wanted to do it all 100%. So I guess we got to do one thing at a time, right? Let's do it. Pause. Who did it? Let's get it. Let's talk about your God, because I know most of y'all are Christians, judgmental bastards. But disclaimer, I fuck with only 3 types of Christians. The first set of Christians I fuck with is the spiritualist Christians. The spiritualist Christians, they understand meditation. They understand Jesus lives within the heart, so they focused on heart chakra meditation. Shouts out to Warfare K in the building. And y'all make sure y'all subscribe to his channel and join that motherfucking university, nigga. We need that. We need this. I'm just here to make sure y'all get over y'all fear. Gain some courage. I want some wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Holla at Warfare K. Let's get it. Overstanding, understanding, understanding, outerstanding. Long as you stand on the motherfucking truth. But we about to talk about these people's gods. Gotta let people know you can't battle facts with faith, but at the same time, these people are still out here tripping. Somebody, it's the end of days. Okay. I think your God takes pleasure in the punishment, in our punishment, especially the punishment of the innocent.
What do you think of when you think of God's punishment toward mankind? Do you think of his love? Do you think of his wrath? Do you think of his mercy? Do you think of his vengeance? How do you define God's punishment? Is it fair? Is it just? Is it petty or vindictive? This is something that obviously Christians and atheists do not agree on. In fact, this is even something.
In fact, let me just give y'all just one example. Like, I got a couple videos called Crazy Moments in the Bible. No. It's called Holy Shit Moments in the Bible. I think that's why the bitch not getting views, but it's all good. Holy shit moments in the Bible. This is a holy shit moment. Let me know if you agree. There were kids, right? I think 40 of them, 40 kids, 40 young boys. They came across a prophet named Elisha and roasted his ass on some Def Comedy Jam shit. Get your bald head, you know. Exactly. He's a jealous god. I know. And ask yourself this question. What the fuck are you jealous of me for when you got all the goddamn power? But that's a whole nother story. That's when it comes to the Gnostics. Oh shit, I gotta go back to what I said in the beginning when I was talking about only fuck with 3 types of Christians. Shit. Gotta get back on track. I said I only fuck with 3 types of Christians because this is my disclaimer. Because like most Christians are gonna get fucked up because of the fucking brainwash. They don't know no motherfucking better, and fuck them. You feel me? They all judgmental, and I want to punch them in the fucking mouth. Real shit. They're condescending and judgmental, and they look down on motherfuckers. I hate those fuckers. Real shit. So like I said, the 3 Christians I do like are the spiritualist Christians. I talk about meditation. Now the second one are the conspiracy Christians. You know, the ones that's hip to what's going on in the world, and they put out that truth. You know what I'm saying? And then they say hallelujah, thank you, Jesus, at the end of the video. You know, okay, I don't mind that because like me and you both are studying the same shit. You know, we both trying to watch the snap. Okay, cool. Last but not least, last types of Christians that I fuck with, that fucks with me also, is the Gnostic Christians. The fucking Gnostic Christians are the ones that actually know I'm gonna put in quotation marks, the truth about who God really is. And in quotation marks, the truth on who God is a chief archon named Yaldabaoth. So you want to learn about that? Read the secret book of John. Most of you brainwashed, fucked up, bitch ass Christians don't even want to read the secret books because y'all afraid. So you'll keep on having circular arguments with motherfuckers and don't get nowhere. So this is why I can't argue with most of these dumbass Christians, because you can't battle facts with faith. And even if the shit that we read was true about who your true God really is, Yahweh Bayoff, Chief Archon, then it makes sense what's going on in the world. Oh, this is why it's evil here, because God is evil. Now, going back to my holy shit moment in the Bible. Okay, now we can fast forward. Fast forward. My holy shit moment in the Bible is there was these 40 kids. They made fun of a prophet named Elisha, and Elisha prayed to God, and God sent 2 bears to kill those 40 kids. Yeah. Holy shit, right? Yeah. This is the God that these Christians worship. You killed 40 kids with 2 bears because they made fun of a bald prophet. So you telling me God is righteous? You telling me God is good? I say bullshit. For real. That right there alone makes me want to give God these hands. Real shit. You killed kids because they made fun of a prophet. Wow. He was bald. Okay. Grow some balls, Elisha. You're bald. You feel me? It is what it is. Some niggas that have long hair look like a bunch of females. It is what it is. You either look like a cue ball or you look like a bitch. You know? Shit. So what the fuck? And that's some motherfuckers still rocking curly hair and waves. Just remember, nigga, put all them chemicals in your shit, you're gonna end up like me, bald, Tupac. Good. Shouts out to Bronze. Bronze in the building. Let me grab my water. All right, some good ass water. Yep. You in the building. Just got done talking about what God did to 40 kids for making fun of a prophet. God killed some kids for roasting a nigga. Think about that. Now, but this video is talking about God taking pleasure in punishment, or just taking pleasure in destroying shit, period. But I just wanted to give my disclaimer on the 3 type of Christians I do fuck with: the spiritualist Christians, Gnostic Christians, and conspiracy Christians. All the other Christians kiss my ass up my dick. You brainwashed, condescending, judgmental bitches. I want to punch you in the face. You know, simple as that. And I mean it.
Agree on. In fact, this is even something many Christians can't agree on. Is it God's sovereignty that is essentially saying he can do whatever he wants and still remain a good and just God? Or are God's punishments always just? Are they just because he does them? Or are they just because it aligns with the moral law that he has given? These kinds of questions can be endless, and I have used God's unjust and unfair wrath and punishment as the topic of many of my videos. But I want to do something a little bit different today. I want to go ahead and just concede the fact. Let's go ahead and assume, I will get on board for this video, that this God is a God that is so glorious, that is so perfect, that despite the argument if he created evil or not, or suffering or not, or we have free will or not, let's just really assume he has to punish. How then would you expect this God to go about it in terms of his attitude toward it? Would you expect him to be happy about it? Would you expect him to boast about it? Would you expect him to laugh about it? Would you expect him to delight in destruction? I think if we're honest, I think most believers would say, no, we would expect this God is sad, that he mourns over those he loses, that he almost has to regretfully carry out these punishments. But he has to be just. Wicked has to be accounted for. It is with a heavy heart that this God doles out justice. It is with sorrow. And so that's the point of today's video. We have verses that back up those kinds of claims that I just made, and I'm going to start with those. But then we have a lot of verses.
Now, before he get up into the questions, I'm gonna ask y'all a question. If y'all was a God or goddess, whatever, if y'all had all power, I'm gonna ask y'all this question. And it's a simple question. If y'all was God and y'all had the power to create a world, would you create evil? Leave a yes or no in the comments. Would you create evil? You are all-powerful God. You also got to ask yourself a question. Why would you even want to create a world? Okay, hold on. Okay, cool. We got one. Bam. Shouts out to Black Panther Jackie Brown. Love that movie. Yep. So the question is, if you was a god and you made a world, would you put evil in it? The answer is no. Majority of you should put no in the motherfucking chat. Majority. And you know what that means right there. Just right there alone. You are better and everybody is fucking worshiping right now. Right there. That right there. If there's no evil, there's no war, there's no violence, there's no fighting, there's no stress, there's no depression, there's no anger, there's no sadness. Evil brings that shit. So, with that being said, we are better than the God of the Bible if we was in his position. If we was to take his position today, right now, if we was to switch seats with God, guess what we're doing? We're eradicating all the evil on this planet and bringing peace. Real shit. I'm not going to just blow shit up. I'm just going to snap my finger like Thanos and the motherfucking evil will go away. They say God can do it in the blink of an eye, right? And if we are all powerful, almighty, all-knowing, omnipresent, whatever the fuck the word is, then shit. Snap my finger, evil gone, everybody good, new heaven, new earth, snap of a finger, clean air, clean water, clean this, clean that, bam.
That show a God that revels in his violence, that enjoys the comeuppance. So this will be another episode in the playlist of Let the Bible Refute Itself, where I only use the Word of God to counter the Word of God. By the way, I'm Brandon. The channel here is Mindshift. Thank you for being here. If you like these kinds of videos, please make sure you subscribe, leave a comment, turn on notifications, share, do all the things. Without further ado,
I listen to this cat because he used to be one of them Christians. I listened to a guy named Ray Haggis. He said he'd been doing this shit for 30 plus years. When he found out the truth, he's devoting the rest of his life to giving the truth. It's like shit, dog. I can't subscribe to this Jesus God shit no more. Look at the status of our fucking people. Why is the church in your hood blowing up, but the hood's still falling? Still ain't answered that yet.
Talk about the verses in God's favor. Now, there's plenty. I'm only going to give you a couple here because they show a pattern. In Ezekiel 33:11, say to them, as surely as I live, declares the sovereign Lord, I take no pleasure in the death of the wicked, but rather that they turn from their ways and live. Turn from your evil ways. Why will you all die, people of Israel? In Psalm 86:15, we get, but you, Lord, are a compassionate and gracious God, slow to anger, abounding in love and faithfulness. And in Hosea 11:8, how can I give you up, O Ephraim? How can I hand you over, O Israel? My heart is changed within me. All my compassion is aroused. So, before you hit me in the comments with all the verses that show this God as loving and compassionate and merciful and slow to anger and regretful in his duty as the arbiter of justice, I would like to say I acknowledge them. But there is one thing they all have in common. It is only when God is speaking to Israel, his chosen people. And yet, I will read you verses today where God is also speaking to his chosen people, Israel, where he is delighting in their destruction, as well as plenty of verses when he is talking to the nations around Israel or the Gentiles. However you want to look at this, we have contradictions in God's nature, and it is not cherry picking.
Skirt. Oh. This Bible. He read right, walk hands off. I know, right? But still, nigga haven't showed his face yet. This nigga is the hide and seek champion. He's the king of hide and go seek.
For me to provide the ones to you that show that what believers often quote about this God of love and mercy and just punishment is simply not the case. Last caveat, and then we'll get right into all the verses that I've prepared for you. I'm not going to be giving any examples from the New Testament. I had planned to, I'd written many down, but it seemed to be going off in its own topic. And that's because the punishments as described in the New Testament are primarily punishments for the afterlife. And I already have a couple videos about hell and if it's just or not. I know there's topics of conversation about universalism or annihilation salvation, and those are all going to be for later. The fact of the matter is we also have a claim from God that he never changes. So you should still believe that the God of the New Testament is the God of the Old Testament, and thus the character of the God of the Old Testament matters. And the God of the Old Testament doesn't punish in the next life, he punishes in this life. And the ultimate punishment in the Old Testament is a loss of life, death, because there weren't these concepts of heaven and hell baked in. Don't worry, God was plenty creative, and he often just used torture or slavery or rape or general harm of a multitude of different kinds to inflict punishment as well. That must have been him being merciful, since he didn't always make it lead to death. I'm well aware that all the verses...
Yeah, fuck God for that shit. Fuck God for that shit. He didn't even mention slavery or the Trail of Tears.
I'm going to use today are from the Old Testament, and that is why. We can talk about the punishment of the New Testament, aka hell, more depth with more future videos. So let's dive right in. Some of these verses we'll talk about quite a bit, and
yeah, nigga, like New Testament was like, yeah, nigga, you be bad, you just go to hell. Old Testament is, nigga, you disobey me, you talk any kind of way, you can look at me wrong, I'm gonna end you, nigga. Like, nigga, God was on that shit. Anybody looked at you wrong, nigga?
We'll just let lie. Let's start with Jude 28:63. Just as it pleased the Lord to make you prosper and increase in number, so it will please him to ruin and destroy you. I could end the video. There it is. I had 2 videos lately where I got the kinds of comments from believers that said, God is not hateful. God does not delight in destruction. It was with my Nahum video from Thursday where I first kind of made this, isn't it weird that God isn't more sorrowful when he has to punish? And then also in my response to the Super Bowl ad, where Jesus is portrayed as nothing but pure love, that he gets us, that he's the submissive servant there to help us. Well, verses like this would say, no. And
Tyler Perry script. That's hilarious. Hello, Jesus walking down the street talking like Madea and shit. A cross-dressing Jesus. Oh my God, nigga, man, nigga, that gonna get me bad. That right there might give me the third straw. Like, cause I'm on the main channel. Yeah. Look, that shit gonna give me a fucking strike. This might be my last video, yo.
This is about his chosen people group. So despite the earlier verses I read, just as it pleased the Lord to make you prosper and increase in number, so it will please him to ruin and destroy you. It doesn't get any more clear.
Yeah,
honestly,
it doesn't get any more clear than that. He said, nigga, I can do all this shit and I can destroy this shit. Simple. Video over. Roll the motherfucking credits. Cut. Print that shit.
Should stop the video, but I'm going to back this up with a bunch more. How about Psalm 58:10? The righteous will be glad
It's all
when they
good.
are avenged, when they
I think that's hilarious, though.
the blood of the wicked. Now,
hey yo, this is why we the dark side of YouTube. This is why we in the shadow band realm. You know, this is the shadow band clan. This is the fucking shadow realm. Niggas playing a shadow game right now. It's time to duel on these motherfuckers. I'm dual wielding golden DD4s. Damn, man, I ain't said DD4 in a long time. Damn. Hit you with that DD4. Now, if you don't know what a DD4 is, I think it's Dante's gun off of Devil May Cry. You know that motherfucking long ass automatic.
Put an asterisk next to this one because this is just talking about the righteous, not necessarily speaking about the Lord. But is the Lord not righteous? Are those who are righteous not acting out in the same way and fashion of the Lord? And part of righteousness is not only to have to recognize in the Bible that wickedness has to be dealt with, but it is to be glad when it is avenged, which you could argue isn't horrible. I think there's a whole other conversation here about what the role of punishment should be.
Oh yeah, this channel that I'm watching is called Mind Shift. It's a Mind Shift. That's the name of the channel. Just type in Mind Shift, and it's gonna be like a symbol, like a black circle with a whole bunch of white dots. You know, it's called Mind Shift. He might have another one called Mind Shift Clips or some shit, man. But like Mind Shift is gonna be a bald head guy with a beard.
People believe that the role of punishment should be in part to give satisfaction.
Make sure y'all subscribe.
To the victim or the victim's families. We can see this in our court of law. When the death penalty is handed out for an egregious crime, many people cheer. Yes, we got justice. Now, I have some of my own philosophical thoughts on the role of punishment being more for rehabilitation or at worst separation, because some people cannot be helped. But taking joy or gladness, as the word is used here, I think is an immature idea about actual justice, specifically with the second part when they dip their feet in the blood of the wicked. And this kind of verbiage is used all over the Bible, even in the New Testament, by the way. Look at the Jesus character in Revelation and tell me it's not the same as Yahweh. This doesn't sound...
The Jesus character in Revelation, let's stop right there. Jesus on this bitch got like 3 transformations and shit. This nigga's a Final Fantasy game ending boss. This motherfucker, this nigga... First, he's the white, blonde hair, blue eye motherfucker that was walking with motherfuckers, right? As everybody brainwashed to see it, right? That's the first transformation. And when you get there, he's had the motherfucking hair of wool and the motherfucking feet of bronze that he transformed to the black guy. And then you get further on the Revelation, I think maybe like chapter 11 or chapter 12, when you get to all Final Fantasy type shit, it turns to a fucking sci-fi fantasy movie. Jesus transformed into a motherfucking slain lamb. Yes, it says a slain lamb with 8 eyes. And he's surrounded by a shitload of angels with eyes covering their wings and body and shit. So if you see some shit like that in real life, you don't think that's an angel or Jesus. You're gonna see some shit like that and be like, holy shit. I've exorcised the demons. This house is clear. That's an Ace Ventura. Oh no, I thought about the Ace Ventura shit. Yeah, this nigga motherfucker on some shape-shifting transformation shit. They lied about cave views too. We got more than 2 viewers. Exactly. Welcome to the Shadow Realm.
Same as Yahweh. This doesn't sound like a God who is sad about the punishment he has to put out. How about Ezekiel 5:13? Thus shall my anger spend itself, and I will vent my fury upon them and satisfy myself. And they shall know
and satisfy myself. It's like this nigga God told you, bro. This is why I fuck with the Gnostic Christians, because the Gnostic Christians have the book called the Secret Book of John. And in the Secret Book of John, it talks about who your God really is. Yahweh the Bayoff. Chief Archon. I am a jealous God. He ain't nothing but an aborted fetus from the mother Sophia, great mother Sophia, tossed off in the darkness. Hashtag outer space. When nigga woke up and just started creating shit. That's all he fucking did. He ain't nothing. You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
I, the Lord, have spoken in my zeal when I have spent my fury upon them. Hear that verse, and then here's something like this. I had meant to mention this. Here's like a pretty
let's go back.
Self, and they shall know that I, the Lord, the God, who is sad about the punishment he has to put out. How about he?
Salute, 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 salute in the groove. John was in the building.
Ezekiel 5:13. Thus shall my anger spend itself, and I will vent my fury upon them and satisfy myself. And they shall know that I, the Lord, have spoken in my zeal when I have spent my fury upon them. Hear that verse.
And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger for those who attempt to destroy my brothers. And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee. What y'all know about that Pulp Fiction, nigga? I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger. Like, nigga, I was God talking. And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon you. Blam, 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 blam. I killed that poor.
And then here's something like this. I had meant to mention this. Here's like a pretty standard verse about God being a God of punishment, vengeance, and wrath. I will take my vengeance in anger and wrath upon the nations that have not obeyed me. Right? A lot of
I will take it upon the nations that have not obeyed me. So now you fucking with niggas that don't fuck with you. Now, it could be on the strength of these niggas don't even know you exist. But just picture you chilling and suddenly some type of storm cloud or whatever, or a tornado, or whatever the fuck God about to do to a nigga. You know, God is a master of just fucking just torture. I'm like, think about it. Think about it. Let's go back to the motherfucking the fucking 10 plays, was it 10 plays, 12 plays, whatever the fuck. He fucked Egypt up. And you could have just killed the Pharaoh, my nigga. God like, no, I'm gonna send some frogs in that bitch. Frogs, really, nigga? Really, nigga? Really? Frogs, nigga? Yeah. Frogs comes. Oh, what the man? All right, y'all. Just spit this shit out. What's next on the list, guy? Yo, I'm about to turn the water into blood, my nigga. Are you fucking serious, my nigga? Yeah, nigga, do it. So, guys, turn the water into blood. Is shit. I can't drink no fucking water now. First the frogs, the locusts. Oh, what the fuck, right? You know what I'm saying? So nah, you like, man, I'm still not about to do shit, right? So now, God kicked back like, yo, I got the coldest plan, y'all. I'm about to murk all the firstborns of Egypt. Oh, nigga, like, God, really, bro? You just couldn't murk the Pharaoh, bro. all this, you can just murk the Pharaoh, give the people to Moses, and they can just bounce. But no, you just got to kill people's kids now, right? Okay. And after that happens, right? Pharaoh, yo, all right, Moses, take your damn people. Take your goddamn people, man. Your bitch ass guy killed my son, you bitch ass nigga. I just wanted some. So Moses take the people, right? They did, right? So guess what? Guess what God do? God was like, this bores me. I think I'm gonna put an evil spirit on Pharaoh. This is in the fucking Bible. But I'm gonna put an evil spirit on Pharaoh. And the angel like, really, nigga? We just did 10 plagues. We gave the people to Moses. They on their way out. The Pharaoh is distraught. He lost his son, bro. Stop. Get some help. You know what I'm saying? No angel came to God and was like, yo, bro, you wildin', B. Like, and that part, that Red Sea shit. I don't believe that shit even happened. But anyway, let's entertain the fact that it did. 2 to 7 million men, women, children, cattle, and carriage going across the shit. It got me fucked up if you think I would believe that shit. Then this old ass nigga climb a mountain to talk to a flaming bush, not factoring in the motherfucking oxygen levels or the wind when you climbing up. You don't have proper shoes or safety equipment. I just said safety equipment. But nigga, you talk to a burning bush. How's a bush burning on top of a mountain with the wind chill factor and the oxygen levels? You fucking crazy. And then here's the kicker. He carried the tablets down the fucking mountain. How do you do that? Shit, I'll tear this Bible a new one.
Right. A lot of believers would say that's totally fine. These people have disobeyed God, or they don't believe in God, or they disrespect God, or they sin against God.
Yeah, that was the fucking what the apologetics would say. You know, for the motherfucking niggas that got killed by God for no reason. They're like, yo, this God's justice, this is will, whatever he say, go type shit. I'm like, nigga, what if God murked you for no fucking reason? What would you say? Well, I guess it was God's will. You know, it was time for me to go. Here's what I'm saying, nigga. Being a Christian, the mentality is a wretch, a sheep. That's what they call themselves. You hear the songs. Save a wretch like me. I'm a sheep and God is my shepherd. You know what happens to sheep? They get slaughtered.
Repentant, and thus God has no choice but to do this. Now, some of these words I will take vengeance. That's a
Most
very
of crystal
actionary thing.
meth.
That seems kind of petty for God, but we could still make a case for it. In anger, fine, you can have.
It's like lies, lies, lies. I know, right? God won't say the kids because he fucking married who was a kid. That's fucking Paul. You really trying to get me out this bitch now. Side baby Jesus, he will show you the way.
Justified anger. Many people point to Jesus flipping over the tables in the temple in the New Testament, and wrath, which really just means extreme anger, essentially, upon the nations that have not obeyed me. Okay, and if it were just verses like this, again, normal Brandon would disagree, but the Brandon that is conceding to this point for this video would say, all right. But do you see the difference, like in this verse from Ezekiel? I will vent my fury to satisfy myself. As
Woo, I will feed my fury to satisfy myself. It's like, that's, how can I put it? Let's entertain this. My 7 deadly sin, or according to my shaman book, my 7 deadly emotion is wrath. I'm going to admit that. You can watch the movie 7, where the nigga in the back seat, motherfucking bad guy, they was like, man, nigga, that's a 7 deadly sin on every motherfucking corner. What that nigga said was true. It rang true. And Brad Pitt character was wrath. Like, nigga, what's in the box? He opened up that box. It was his wife decapitated. Yeah. What would you do? What would you do when the motherfucker brings a box to you and show a head? I'ma shoot that nigga. Oh, shoot that nigga. I'm gonna put on my killing shoes. Oh shit, I'm wasting the bad guy laugh. Man, I wasted it. I'm supposed to say that when I blast the popos.
I will vent my fury to satisfy myself, as if God's glory demands such a strong reckoning as opposed to just justice itself. How do we know when it's the Lord? Because he has spoken in what? In his zeal with the fury that he has spent on them. Fury, zeal, vent. Like, these are very strong words.
Yes, very fucking strong words. Very, very strong words.
That portrays someone who is mad and angry and who...
I know wrath, and yes, it is satisfying. But to harness it and to control it, man, that's a whole nother feat within itself. And I'm the Incredible Hulk now. You feel me? It's like off the Avengers first movie. He was like, nigga, what's your secret? Oh, I'm always angry. So at any point in time, I can snap. At any point in time, at any fucking point in time, I could just snap. But I'm glad that I don't, and I'm glad I have different avenues to vent my wrath in my music, art, literature, podcasting, gaming, meditation, reading, you know, going out in the nature, you know, or shit, smashing a cougar. However the game go, I don't have to fucking crash out.
To release that anger has to unleash these words that are typically more with negative connotations. This isn't, man, my heart breaks that I have to do this. Justice demands it. Here's the most effective form of punishment. That's the other thing. And I'm not even going to get to it in this video. We will save this for a second video. Are the punishments even fair? Does he go overboard? We could talk about things like collective punishment or generational curses, or even just the torture, rape, and enslavement versus just take. Like, I could really get on board as much as I could in this video.
Yeah, because let's talk about the Diddy shit. Or the slavery shit. Or let's talk about the collective genocide. Or let's talk about how you put generational curses on motherfuckers. In Deuteronomy, I'm about to say some shit from Deuteronomy. Therefore thou shalt serve thine enemy. It sounds like we're going through this shit right now with the government. And most of the time when I was in church growing up, that was all they was preaching. Read from Deuteronomy and Exodus, and then they read two of shit from John and maybe Matthew, and probably Romans or Acts in the New Testament. And then the pastor go up into like a 45-minute to an hour sermon. You know, it's the same shit.
Situation with a God that gives life. So yes, he gets to take it away, and he does so like lethal injection, right? Even our wicked societies have understood there is a more humane way when we do deem it necessary to take life to do so. And for an all-powerful God who literally could snap his fingers and the people that needed to be eradicated were done with, he chooses some very barbaric and long-lasting sufferings instead. How is that?
Like I said, all you gotta do is snap your fingers and end the shit. We was like, nah, fuck it, nigga. I want to put a nigga through a Saw movie. I want to do a motherfucker through a Hostel movie. You know what I'm saying?
But that's its own topic of conversation. Let's get back to the verse.
Yes, it's its own topic of conversation, leading towards God being a motherfucking sadistic, psychopathic sadist.
Leviticus 26:14-16. And if you reject my decrees and abhor my laws and fail to carry out all of my commandments and so violate my covenant, then I will do this to you. I will bring on you sudden terror, wasting diseases and fever that will destroy your sight and sap your strength. I guess it's
damn, nigga, God is clowning in Leviticus. It's like, nigga, it's like, I want him dead. I want his mother dead. I want his house burned to the ground. This nigga God is on some mobster shit.
It was good timing after what I just said, because bringing on sudden terror and wasting diseases and fevers and these things.
Terror is like to me personally, I think terror is more of a bigger word than fear. You know, it's like when I hear terror, it's another energy to that. I heard fear and I feel this energy, but terror is like terrifying, terrorize. I'm talking about, you know, it's like, you know,
just rob these people of their vitality. You might as well just kill them then. But it sounds like he's delighting here in the fear and harm and suffering that he gets to instill. So I think that,
and hearing that, and you think about energy vampires, you think about energy harvesting, it's like, is this guy a fucking alien? Shit, me, look, I'm going outside my own spirituality, religion. I'm just saying, yo, nigga, the way the shit going, and I'm just putting pieces together, just looking at what's going on without touching any research. They killing us through the food, through the water, through the air, through the disease. That sounds like terraforming our planet. And if a person that keep us in constant state of fear and intimidation, suffering, depression, and anger, just to harness our energy. It's just like, shit, no, we can't kill y'all because we ain't gonna be full. We ain't gonna have no food. So we got to hit you with the slow burn shit. So, you know, and you watch the movie like Jupiter Ascending, you know, it says that like this planet is a farm for the aliens that's getting into it with other alien worlds over the supremacy of this goddamn planet. And whoever runs this bitch get to harvest this bitch. And since the star of the movie, she was like I guess the reincarnated person of one of the rulers of the Galactic Federation, whatever the fuck they federation or corporation was. They was like, yeah, you know, like you have to fight for supremacy, like if you want to save your world from being harvested. So she had to go up against a woman beater. And shit and kill that motherfucker. Who played in it? It was Mila Kunis, Channing Tatum, and I forgot the bad guy, but his best line was, I create life and I destroy it. This nigga talked horrible through the whole movie, like, I am a father, I will destroy your world. I'm like, nigga, that's how you gonna act through this whole movie. Terraforming. Yeah. Slap your goddamn, slap your goddamn daddy. Yeah, you gonna give back everything you stole from me, mother. Beat the fuck out of God, nigga. I'm gonna beat that nigga ass like Uncle Jerome.
I think that's maybe an important question for the believer in terms of how you conceive of your God. If you believe that God does have to enact punishment, do you think that it should be just the loss of life that he has given them since they are abusing it against his covenant? Or is he justified in causing suffering? And does the suffering really pay the penalty? Or is it just a way for God to enjoy inflicting pain like any other horrific ruler of the past? We see it everywhere. This idea that I'm going to mistreat you so bad that you will beg for death, that death becomes the sweet release. This is usually in like movie lines where we're talking about psychopaths that have captured and planned to torture individuals as opposed to just killing them or torturing them before they kill them, which Yahweh also does. You can't say it's merciful that he's just torturing them because this lets them off the hook to die if he's still going to kill them later anyways. David's son, who is allowed to be suffering and sick for a week before he dies, is a perfect example, one I've brought up a lot and one that Dark Matter just made an amazing video on. I'll link that in the description as well. Okay, let's keep going. Isaiah 63, 3 through 6. I have trodden the wine presses alone. From the nations no one was with me. I trampled them in my anger and trod them down in my wrath. Their blood splattered my garments, and I stained all my clothing. This is such a ridiculous vision of God bringing vengeance on the nations around him. Again, trampled them in anger and trod them down in wrath does not sound like regretful.
It sounds like what I'm gonna do to God when I see him. It's like real shit. It's like if he's real, he should expect me to come for him. Like, honestly. And maybe not just me. I'm working on a comic book about this shit called The God Killer or No More. But I think God Killer might already be taken and I might get sued. But if I call it No More, I might get away. But, you know, No More symbolized, nigga, no more gods, no more devils. This man is fed up. He's killing gods, devils, traveling worlds. He's going to meet up with the last archon and he's going to fucking kill him. That's my book that I'm working on. I'm just working on some motherfucking pictures for all the characters now, before I start writing. But like I already got the story in my head. You feel me? I'm already working on 3 books right now. So it's like, yo, like I said, music, art, literature, podcasting, gaming, meditation, reading. Y'all don't want me to crash out. You know, y'all seen that Harley Quinn? Y'all seen that Harley Quinn motherfucking show with a shark? But the King Shark was like, it was like, if I stop playing, I'll start thinking. And if I start thinking, just leave King Shark alone. Let him do his thing. Don't play his video game before you fuck around and eat your ass.
Regretful, sorrowful punishment. Just doesn't. How about Ezekiel 25:17? I will execute great vengeance on them with wrathful rebukes. They will know that I am the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon them.
That was my motherfucking line. And I will lay down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who it took to poison and destroy my brothers. And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee. He just read that. But I guess it's another version.
Again, this exaggeratory, hyped up language that just shows a God that seems to enjoy a measure of suffering that is so great that it proves who he is. Going back to Duke 32:41, when I sharpen my flashing sword and my hand grasps it in judgment, I will take vengeance on my adversaries and repay those who hate me. You could make the case at the beginning, well, yeah, I mean, it's imagery. We're seeing that this God is using tools of destruction to do so in a metaphorical or symbolizing way.
Yeah, metaphorical or symbolizing way. But most motherfuckers take the Bible literally, like God has came down and did this shit. But he's doing it on an invisible level, or he's using actual soldiers, agents, hashtag God's people, 12 tribes of Israel or the Israelites, whatever the fuck, no matter, agents of God to carry out that flashing sword shit.
Fine, but let's look at the end of the verse here. I will take vengeance on my adversaries and repay them who hate me. Adversaries, enemies, those who hate me. Oftentimes, Christians try to portray this God and his punishment as a good father. He loves everyone.
Right, he loves everyone, but he's out here killing people. So if another land somehow gets word of mouth and hears about some nigga named Yahweh Jehovah out here smiting niggas, a motherfucker gonna either be afraid, be like, oh shit, we gotta be careful. Let's worship it when they come. Or a motherfucker's gonna be like, nigga, fuck that bitch ass guy, nigga. Our gods is better. The fuck, nigga, my God protect me, nigga. I'm the God of motherfucking war. Let's go. Fuck Jehovah. Fuck that bitch ass nigga. Shiva all day. God of destruction. Indra all day. Let's go. Rudra all day. Beating God's ass. Let's go. Oshun, Ogun, nigga, let's go. Fuck a Jehovah. Y'all here just attacking motherfuckers for no reason because niggas don't want to serve them. Like, nigga, we heard what you did, nigga. You making niggas fucking serve you, nigga. I heard what you did over there in Egypt, nigga, with the 10 plagues and shit, killing all the firstborns, nigga. We don't fuck with you, nigga. We hate you, nigga. You the enemy. you know, you know, like you gotta expect that. And plus, even in the fucking Bible, it said, "Don't worship no other God before me." I thought you was the only true nigga. Where's these other gods at? You know what I'm saying? I guess these other gods are better. Nigga, I will summon Kali and Shiva to whoop God's ass. I'm just entertaining the fact that shit was real. You know what I'm saying? Or you know, like, or like if I was in that region worshiping these other different type of gods. Because we ain't see motherfucker Jehovah go over there to India and fuck with Shiva. We ain't see Jehovah go over there to China to fuck with them. Them dragons will whoop your ass. You only fucking with motherfuckers that's weak.
He loves everyone. He desires that none should perish. He had a plan for everyone. You know, God came to save the whole world. This God sacrificed himself to save humanity. But we have this God telling us a different story. He has enemies. He has adversaries. He's not thinking of them as children. The only time we get metaphorical language about children in the Old Testament from God is for his chosen people group, and still he treats them like this. But this verse, of course, talking about the nations around Israel, they're his enemies, they're his adversaries. He's not sad about wiping them out. It's part of his plan. I feel obligated to once again point out my Gentiles video, made them just to hate them. You're probably sick of me doing so, but it fits so well with so many of these topics. All right, let us continue. How about Amos 4:10? I sent plagues among you as I did in Egypt. I killed your young men with the sword, along with your horses. I filled your nostrils with the stench of your camps, yet you have not returned to me, declares the Lord. So confused.
Yeah. I sucked all this shit, fucked your life up, and yeah, you have not returned to me. Oh no, why would I want to fuck with a nigga like you? Like, simple as that. It's like, nigga, we already didn't fuck with you, and you fucked our lives up because we don't fuck with you, and you still fucking our lives up because we're not going to fuck with you. You are a vengeful God. You are a jealous God. You said that. We don't fuck with jealousy. We don't fuck with vengeance. We try to have peace and do our own thing and believe in what the fuck we want to believe. Nigga, you ain't gonna force me to fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? So it's nigga, I know I would have died. Nigga, I would have went out with the middle finger in the guy, like, nigga, bitch, fuck you. Strike me down, bitch.
Violence isn't getting his end goal. And that's the other thing. Oftentimes, again, the excuse is that he has to. But many times, what we actually see, and I'm going to point to one other video, Haggling with God, is that God has these things he likes to do to try to get people's attention. It's not required because we've seen him relent of it after bargaining with one of his prophets. So he doesn't have to do much of this. This is the other thing. It's just hugely important to understand that half of these punishments in the Old Testament are not required by his divine sense of duty and justice. They're
Bam, simple.
something he is doing to try to win his people back, to get someone's attention, or because he's pissed off at them and petty. And we have an example with this verse. Yet you have not returned to me. He was trying to get them back. This is no different than the boyfriend who is terrorizing his girlfriend until she treats him with the respect he believes that he deserves. It's barbaric, and it's disgusting, and it's inexcusable. How about Ezekiel 28:22 through 23? This is what the sovereign Lord says. I am against you, Sidon, and I will gain glory within you. They will know that I am the Lord when I inflict punishment on her and show myself holy within her. So again, we have the personification of a city here that needs to be punished because of their wicked ways, a pattern that we see constantly, and we have God saying, I'm against you, not I'm for you and I wish I didn't have to. I am against you. And how will we know again that he's Lord? By his punishments. What if it was by his love? What if it was by his mercy? What if it was by all the things that Christians claim it is, instead of in direct opposition to how this God describes himself? It's right here. This is what the sovereign Lord says. This isn't some anonymous account of what maybe this Jesus character said at one point that's obviously been exaggerated and manipulated by fallible man. This is via a prophet exactly what the God of the universe wants to say about himself. That's why I think the Old Testament is so important in understanding the character of God. Let's keep going. Oh, I have a New Testament one that was left in here. I thought I had taken them all out. Let me read it to you. Revelation 18:6. Give back to her as she has given. Pay her back double for what she has done. Pour her a double portion from her own cup. The reason I had this particular verse in here originally was to point out the inconsistency in this God. You know, in the Old Testament, we have a God that says an eye for an eye. And many people contrast that with Jesus's New Testament saying of turn the other cheek. I think there's some validity there. There's also some different understandings about how that verse could be taken. But a double portion, 2 eyes for 1 eye, even if punishment has to be doled out, does it have to be this egregious? Again, the case I'm trying to make here is that we have a God that delights in destruction, that punishes with glee, that is boastful about his power and his ability.
And that's why I have to be. You feel me? If God, you like that, if that's you, that's me. I'm definitely the God killer. I have to murk that nigga. I have to. Because he's the reason why each and every one of us is suffering. Like, nigga, simple. That nigga should catch these fucking hands.
To inflict harm and terror, whose very definition of wisdom is fearing him. Again, in contrast to the loving mercy.
He said, the first step of wisdom is fearing the Lord. Really? Just think about that. Just think about that. But y'all know the saying, you can't beat fear but fear itself. Well, let's fight fire with fire, but I gotta fight fire with magma.
Merciful God that desires that none should perish. So again, those verses are in the Bible, but they're not the only ones, and we should be paying attention to this. Proverbs 1:26 through 27. I in turn will laugh when disaster strikes you. I will mock when calamity overtakes you.
I will laugh. I will mock. This is God.
When calamity overtakes you like a storm, when disaster sweeps over you like a whirlwind, when distress and trouble overwhelm you. Now, this is not God speaking. This is the Lady Wisdom. This is something written by the wisest man that ever lived, is the claim about Solomon. And when he personifies wisdom to say what
That's who wrote it.
is right in the world, wisdom herself, which we could also obviously connect to
wisdom herself,
the God of this universe, laughs. What a damning verse this is, and what a horrific example. I've had this quoted at me so many times in the comments when people talk about how I'm so lost and deceived and I'm going to hell, and they and their God laugh at me. And you can't say, oh, those are the bad Christians, those are the trolls. They're quoting scripture that is attributed to wisdom itself. There's no redeeming this. Laughing.
Yeah, because Proverbs is supposed to be the book of wisdom, right? So yeah, if this the wisdom that God is trying to give us, just know that it's fear me, bitch, fear me, bitch.
Stress and trouble overwhelm you. Can you picture someone?
You know, it's like right now, as we speak, a lot of us is going through some shit. I'm going through some shit. I just lost my motherfucking mother on the 1st of June. Getting a lot of melancholy and everything. I take care of my sister, my brother out there in the goddamn street. Don't want to put in on the house or try to help a nigga out. So shit, it's up to me. You know what I'm saying? And you know, shouts out to y'all for being my comfort circle. And shouts out to my OGs and a couple family members that I can count on one hand who I can talk to personally. So, thank y'all for getting me through this shit. Not no Jeebus or God. It's y'all. I thank y'all. Maybe that's the winning chess move. Being willing to punch an unrighteous guy. Oh yeah. I think I was reading some shit. I don't know what I was reading, but like it was like we might be in a universe created with gods and god killers. It's just like an endless cycle. Like the only way God to get off the throne, gotta kill him. So basically, catch this nigga slipping. If he pop up in human form and I find out where he at, it's a wrap.
Laughing when distress and trouble overwhelm.
But best believe, when I leave this plane of existence, I'm talking about as soon as the eyes close for good, I'm gonna wake up in my heavenly garment, my weapons, my armor, and I'm going after God. And I'm destroying everything on my way. I don't know which direction I'm going, but I'm going up. I'm flying highest to the fucking, I'm flying. Whoever I pass up getting slashed. I'm like, how you doing, bitch? Move. Oh my God. Some crazy motherfucker flying, killing shit, slaying planets and enemies. And nigga, I'm looking for God, nigga. But why? So I can kill him. Why you want to do that? Because he the reason why everything suffers. Well, I ain't gonna let you pass. Well, I'm gonna beat your ass.
Can you picture someone that is overwhelmed by a horrific situation like a siege on a city that God has orchestrated to punish them, where he promises that it will get so bad and he will allow it to get so bad on purpose so that it may be assigned to those walking by the city, where these people are having to eat their own children because of the starvation that's happening from the siege? Think about that mother in that impossible situation that almost none of us watching this video could ever even fathom. And now picture God in heaven laughing at how overwhelmed and troubled she is.
Yeah, how overwhelmed and troubled she is that God's people just motherfucking just rush the city, slaying people, men, women, and children. Not to mention there was one point in the Bible where God was like, hey, yo, take the virgins. Kill everybody else, take the virgins. Yeah, God did that too.
His vengeance. This is it. I know it's hard. It's hard, even for me.
And God is laughing. Mind you that.
It's hard to imagine that, and yet here it is. And if you're hung up on the fact that this is Lady Wisdom and not God, stick around for the verse at the end. All right, let's go next to Ezekiel 9:5-6. As I listened, he said to the others, follow him through the city and kill, without showing pity or compassion. Slaughter the old men, the young men and women, the mothers and children, but do not touch anyone that has the mark. This is God.
Woo! Nah, that's what it was like, yo, kill everybody except for the niggas with the mark.
But speaking to his soldiers. Now, there's different ideas about if these were actually angels or if these were soldiers of the city. The prophet was supposed to go around and put a mark on everyone's head that wasn't to be touched, that was to be spared by God. But for the rest of these people, including women and children, what could they have possibly done? And listen to the way in which they're supposed to do thing without showing pity or compassion.
Without showing pity or compassion. Without showing pity or compassion, like God knows, yeah, nigga, like I know you're gonna feel bad for killing that kid, but bitch, you better not feel no compassion. I'm gonna kill your ass. Damn. Yeah, some God. And motherfuckers got the nerve. Motherfuckers got the nerve, man. These brainwashed Christians out here tripping. Got the nerve, dog. I'm talking about, like, I'm never gonna forget, like a bitch told me, yes, I'm gonna call her a bitch. She was like, you were a good man and all, but I can't be with you because you were not a Christian. I'm a good man and all, but can't be with you because I'm not a Christian. Ain't that a bitch? And you know what's funny? Most of these bitches be like praying for a good man, but like when a good man come, he's not a Christian. So like, what you expect? But he's a good man though. He said, Lord, send me a good man. You got your good man, but he's not a Christian. So that's the only flaw. That's the only default that's gonna fuck everything up. But bitch, you could have had a good fucking life. And mind you, the bitch that told me that shit, now she's out there with Pookie, Tyrone, got a couple kids. Shit fucked up because like she had no kids. I thought I was gonna find someone to pop one of and like not not fast, but like, you know, to chill for a couple years, you know, and then stack up some bread to do it. I just ain't gonna fucking do it. I don't got no fucking money. Shit, nigga, best believe that, nigga. I'm trying to have some fucking fun. I don't know about everybody else. Everybody trying to get pregnant quick. I'm like, y'all niggas wild. For real, for real. For real, for real. Nigga. This is why I be in Google time, man. I don't gotta worry about that pregnancy shit. But now we got old chicks coming up pregnant, so you lost your cougar time pass doing that shit. You're supposed to take my pimp juice and to keep yourself youthful. You're not supposed to take my pimp juice and motherfucking formulate a child. Bitch, you're 50.
Passion. I understand if vengeance has to be done, that maybe you can't have pity, because pity would actually look like not doing the thing. But God is commanding his counsel one way or another to go and picture it. Kill babies, rip them from their mothers, maybe before, maybe after they have just killed this woman, hiding in fear, trying to cover her baby. And this thing, soldier or angel, takes what? A knife, slits the baby's throat, cuts the baby's head off, suffocates the baby to death, smothers it.
God damn, nigga, you gonna get me fucking straight. God damn.
And is told by God himself, don't you dare do it with compassion. This is
yeah. Don't you dare have no pity or compassion, because I know you, Jeremiah, Jebediah. Yep. Better motherfucking grab that sword. Grab that kid. Do it. Man, I don't want to, man. You know, me, I would have been Scarface. I would have been like, nigga, no women and children. I work the dudes, I don't give a fuck. But no women and children, nigga. Somebody got to make a stand somewhere. And the guy were like, well, I just have to murk your ass, dude. Do it. If not turning to dust. You better snap your fingers. No, but you know, God gonna be a bitch ass nigga and get like 5 or 6 goons to stab me up like Julius Caesar. Shake.
God Christians believe in and serve. And their denial of the fact that this God is like this is without justification, because he's bragging about it in his own word, the word that is used for you to know him, for you to quote back at me all of the lovely things that this book also says about this God. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You do not get to enjoy the niceties of this God while simply ignoring the horror. And you can tell me none of this proves that God isn't real? Fine, you're right. No business claiming this God is good. You have no business claiming this God is perfect.
Hold on, nigga, before that motherfucker shit came up.
All of the lovely things that this book also says about this God. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You do not get to enjoy the niceties of this God while simply ignoring the horror. And you can tell me none of this proves that God isn't real? Fine, you're right. But it should prove to you.
Like, despite that motherfucker real or not, nigga, you cannot say that motherfucker is good. That book is trash. You're damn right. It sure is. When I motherfucker read that bitch from front to back, pause no diddy, I found out the motherfucking shit was full of puzzles, mysteries, riddles, contradictions, metaphors, symbolisms, parables, astrology. Man, and a little bit of motherfucking spirituality. And the spirituality section is the ecclesiastics section, and that's the motherfucker, I think, like the shortest motherfucking book of the Bible. I think it's motherfucking like 3 pages. They was like, yo, nigga, we don't want nobody on spiritual shit. Yeah, nigga, hurry up and make a couple pages of this shit, motherfucker, keep it rolling. Get back to the motherfucking story time. Get back to the fairy tales. Get back to the lies.
No business claiming this God is perfect or consistent or fair or just. Now, I can make the case further that because it's also mutually exclusive, the particular claims of this particular God actually make this God falsifiable. But I do understand the general thing of this doesn't disprove God, this just means you don't agree with him. He doesn't agree with himself. That's my problem. Not that I have some amazing moral standard that I'm holding this God to, according to his own standard.
Fuck the shit. I hold a moral standard to it. Like I said, I asked everybody in this room again, if you was a God and created a world, would you put evil in it? Your answer should be no. And if your answer is no, guess what? You are better than God. Nigga, I don't give a fuck. Nigga, on some Homelander shit. I'm better. I'm better, smarter, stronger. Nigga, I'm better. Like, yo, if I created a world, like honestly, just putting yourself in the mind of God. Why are you creating a world? So me being God, if I was to create a world, I want them to serve me or worship me. I gotta let these motherfuckers know that I created them motherfuckers in a beautiful ass paradise. I come to say what up from time to time and just check on these niggas. But if this God exists, he just motherfucking created this bitch, did some fucked up shit, and then just left this bitch to its own devices. Like, I think the guy wrote a book that's retarded by itself. Exactly. Like, nigga, just show yourself. Snap your fingers, Thanos the evil out this bitch. But it's understandable why he ain't gonna Thanos the evil out this bitch, because he's evil himself. Some motherfuckers believe that we are all just a piece of God, good and evil, and all this shit needs to be. Some motherfuckers don't believe in God at all. The motherfucking universe just existed in just duality. Big Bang duality. Nigga, this shit just came in the game. Good and evil. Fuck it. But the Gnostics like, yo, there's a great mother in the highest heavens called the Pleroma. And this bitch made a motherfucking nigga named Yaldabaoth, and she cast it out. And that nigga woke up and started creating some shit, and shit. But or this bitch is just a fucking
he is a hypocritical and evil dictator. Period. But okay, 32:42. I will make my arrows drunk with blood, and my sword shall devour flesh, with the blood of the slain and of the captives, from the long-haired heads of the enemy. This is God himself speaking. This isn't like Moses giving a pre-battle motivational message. This is how God views justice and punishment. Gross. Isaiah 47:3. Your nakedness shall be uncovered, and your shame shall be seen. That's hard to say. I will take vengeance, and I will spare no one. The need to add,
damn, this nigga talk about he's gonna strip motherfuckers and just damn, bro. That's God though. But Christian apologetics is like, it's God's will. They was probably sinning.
Shame is something that I think is also highly problematic, and we could bring up 100 more verses. In fact, just in Nahum, we have an exact verse like this, where he is pulling the personified city's dress up over her face to reveal her nakedness and to shame her. Very similar to what we're seeing here in Isaiah. And it is unnecessary, no? Like, let's use an example. Let's say we agree that war has to happen, and we should have etiquette in war. We should have certain rules for how we conduct ourselves and how we expect the enemy to conduct themselves when it comes to treating prisoners, accepting surrenders, etc. Geneva Convention stuff. Now, not that this is always followed. Obviously, there are people that do horrific things in war, but the very fact we have something on the books that says something like we shouldn't rape these people, we shouldn't strip them naked to shame them, proves that even as a society that still breaks these rules, we are already better off than the God that commands these kinds of things himself. Does no one else see the conflict here? Shame is an unnecessary part of punishment unless it is for your own delight at your victim's expense.
Okay. And it said that God was laughing. God be laughing at this type of shit. He's like, oh my God, he just lifted this skirt up. Oh my God, he just decapitated that. Decapitation! Got up there with the guitar riff and shit.
Just a couple more. Isaiah 1:24. Therefore the Lord declares, the Lord of hosts, the mighty one of Israel, I will get my relief from the enemies and avenge myself on my foes. A sigh of relief. Once again, just wanting to
a sigh of relief. Yes, understandable. Like, if anybody have ever basked in wrath before, I'm talking about like actually really bashed in it, got into a nice good fight, or bleep, 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 bleep. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly. You know, it's just something about it. Gotta take that motherfucking puff and go buy you a White Castle sandwich.
Point out, God does not see us all as his chosen people. He does not see us all as his children, worthy of love and respect, but still needing to be punished. I have a whole nother video coming where we compare God to a typical parent and we see how much he fails. But imagine for 1 second that I, as a parent who do have to discipline and punish my children, did so with any of this kind of verbiage or attitude. Imagine that I laugh at them in their distress. Imagine that I use such heavy and harsh language to describe the terror that I'm going to bring them.
Yeah, it's like I laugh, I delight in the words that I'm using to describe my destruction, using people to motherfucking do the job for me. You know, it's like, I know it gotta be an angel up there. Like, yo, nigga, God up here tripping, bro.
Imagine that I strip them.
It's like, nigga, I ain't fought a nigga since the Lucifer battle, bro. It's boring. Fuck up here.
So that they feel even more shame and guilt other than whatever we're having to address in the first place. Imagine that I say, you did this to me, so I'm going to give you a double portion when I give it back to you. Vengeance, punishment are so very different, and yet vengeance gets such a pass in the Bible from these believers. Imagine.
Salute Big Dog Philly OG. Just made it to the end of the video. We might have to catch the playback. Sure, but I still got some clips to play though. Thanks for coming through. Shouts out to Big Dog Philly OG. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. You know.
When I got done punishing them, I said, my relief. Finally, relief from my enemies. I've now avenged myself of my foes. That's not love. Okay, 2 more. And these 2 I just put to double down on the argument we might get back from the Proverbs one where Lady Wisdom is speaking in personified language, and that is going to be Psalm 37:13, which is, the Lord laughs at the wicked, for he knows their day is coming. That's delighting in destruction. Or Psalm 2:4-5.
Right, that's delighting in destruction. It's like, I laugh at the wicked because I know their day is coming. Well, far as I know, like, since I've been alive, there have been a lot of wicked motherfuckers on this planet, and those niggas have not met their day yet. They generations and generations are still flourishing in this bitch on some wicked shit, and got up there laughing like, ha ha, they time coming soon. But not now. I want to see some more good people suffer so I can harvest their energy. Yeah, my precious, on some shit like that.
The one enthroned in heaven laughs. The Lord scoffs at them. He rebukes them in his anger and terrifies them in his wrath. Case closed. That's it. Almost any of these verses would work on their own. And look at them as a collective. Look at what they say about this God. Oh, what a loving, remarkable, slow to anger, merciful God, great Father this entity is. Nope. So that's it. That's all I have for today. I'm very curious to hear your.
Now, that's the Mind Shift channel. Make sure y'all subscribe to Mind Shift. Like, he's a person that used to be a Christian. Like most of us used to be Christians, and we, you know, had to leave that shit alone because some brainwashing shit. So, like, what he did was, even the phone agreed. So, you know, so that the guy from the Mind Shift channel, you know, so like he just make videos just breaking down Christianity and its flaws and defaults. You know, like, he don't do it sarcastically. He just try to do it for an educational way. But most motherfuckers would definitely be sarcastic about this crazy guy. But like, this Mind Shift channel, he carries himself in a cool way. But like me, I would have been had an attitude, start yelling, screaming, cussing. You know how I've been doing. But yeah, now we got a couple clips before we get up out of here. I think I have like 5 clips. Some shit about Earth and some other origin shit. Then we gonna talk about it. Where is that? 8-5. But shouts out to everybody coming through, man. Thank y'all for coming through. I'm gonna go live again. I gotta do a Fuck the Government podcast, but I'm gonna be on the second channel. I'm gonna go to Hurricane JW too, because the Fuck the Government podcast, you know how I ran on that shit. And I got 2 strikes over here on this channel. So I'm talking about like right after this, we're gonna go straight to Hurricane JW2. So make sure y'all type in Hurricane JW2, subscribe, get all notifications because I'm going live right after this on that channel. But where is that? I think it's this 125.
They have the emotional problem, and we think it's intellectual. How do I get them enough knowledge so they'll change their behavior? No, that's not going to change their behavior. They have the emotional problem, and only emotions change emotions. We just don't study their origin, so everything they're doing is mystifying us. They have emotional illness because a belief is an emotion. White supremacy is a belief, so it's emotional.
Yo, wait a minute. Drop the JW link. I don't know how to do that from the phone. If I had a computer, it'll probably be easy. But you know how you see like Hurricane JW on my channel. Like just type in the search bar. Like Hurricane like JW2, and it'll it just pop up. And just like click on it and subscribe. Wait a minute. Shouts out to Helm in the building. Hey, yo, make sure, everybody, I need y'all to subscribe to this cat right here, man. Helm be on it when it comes to the gang stalking information. Man, you be on it. I was going to motherfucking do a breakdown on what you're talking about and to talk about my experiences. Bro, you be on it. On it. But yeah, they say the link you sent about the game, about them watching us like monkeys is crazy. Yeah, bro. I'm glad, man, bro. Thank you for your confirmation, bro. I'm glad you saw it. That shit is fucking crazy. Don't feed the monkeys, man. Hop on the live, bro. We could do one. Bet it up. Whenever you go live, like I'll hop on for sure. It's not coming up in the search. What you telling me? Hurricane JW2 is not popping up in the search. Okay, well, type channel next to it then. Maybe it'll pop up. Wait a minute. As a matter of fact, hold on. Hold on. Let's see if I can do it. I don't think I can. Wait a minute. I'm about to use this other phone real quick. I'm about to see if I can try to send it. As a matter of fact, wait a minute. Let me just, I don't know what I'm about to do. I'm about to go to my channel from this phone and leave a comment in this chat. And then you will see, what you're supposed to type. And if the shit don't pop up, then it's said, like I said in the beginning, I'm shadow banned to oblivion. I'm shadow banned to oblivion. All right, I'm about to type it in now. Hell yeah. This ain't no I'm shadow banned, but I'm about to leave a comment right now. Bam, right there. There I go. Yep. Yeah. Okay, now I gotta go back. Bet it up. Okay. Now I think that clip that I just played, it was about the emotions. It's like we need to get out that emotional state, because that's part of that religious connection too. It's like it's an emotional connection also, and it's fucking scary. You can see the look in their eyes. Where's that bitch at? Is it right here? It gotta be it. It gotta be. Is it it? What the fuck? Wait a minute.
Been hypnotized 6,000 years ago by witches of the cursed evil seed of Enos, son of Seth, son of Adam.
Curse. Yeah. Yeah. This was I was looking for too. Like this is gonna end it all, and then we're gonna end this, and we're gonna go to the Fuck the Government podcast on the Hurricane JW2 channel because we got to get off into what's going on. Oh man, bro, it's some crazy shit. And we got to talk about that bitch ass Kamala. It's gonna be like briefly about her, but the subject matter is gonna be, it's gonna be like, yo, they just motherfucker want to fuck with niggas for no reason. But let's get to it.
Been hypnotized 6,000 years ago by witches of the cursed evil seed of Enos, son of Seth, son of Adam, made by fallen ones of Anakim, Anunnaki, or
Made by fallen ones Anunnaki. And this what the other Christians believe. I forgot about these types. They're the ones that connect with the Anunnaki with the like with Jehovah. Nope. They kind of conspiracy theory. Yeah, so never mind. But like I said, like the three types, I think like they count.
Elihat in the Bible and the Quran. The Anunnaki use the Pleiadians' DNA to graft and make Adamites, Canaanites, and Canaanites.
Saying the motherfuckers use Palladian DNA, alien DNA to create these Ammonites and Nomadites and Canaanites, Malachites and Amorites. I'm trying to fight.
Their seeds were graft, made and born 3,751 BCE or 4,004 BC, as they record, and was only given 6,000 years to enforce their hypnotic spell of heat.
It was given 6,000 years to inform. They spell on us. I think it's probably a lot longer than that, but hold on. Screw link on this page. Yeah, that's gonna fuck up the shit. I don't have a computer. God damn it, dog. I don't have a computer.
Which expires 2003 AD, which is 6000 AC. AC is Adam's calendar. This is the gospel from the beginnings of beginnings.
The gospel from the beginnings of beginnings. Now, real shit, I'm gonna just be honest. I haven't read that one yet. I'm about to read that shit. That's homework. I'm reading that shit. The beginnings of beginnings. It's not like a nigga didn't have no motherfucking title. It's like, yo, nigga, this is the beginning. You can't name it the beginning. Well, how about beginnings of beginnings? Now that's better.
This is from the beginning, which we have seen, which we have looked at and watched, have talked about the creatures that know they will one day die. This has affected human thinking as the birth of fear. Don't let others hold your death before your physical or mental time.
That's deep. It's like, go to your page. Okay, wait a minute. It's say, all right, if I go to my, wait a minute. I don't even think I made myself a mod. I don't even think I made myself a mod. Oh, you got it now? Thank fucking God, because I was about to be like, yo. I think I need some glasses, nigga. These motherfucking letters is too fucking small. I can't see shit. But anyway, thank you everybody for coming through. We're about to get ready to go to the second channel, and we're about to do this Fuck the Government podcast. You got it? Yeah, cool. Bet it up. We're about to get ready to go to the second channel. All right, it's hour 24 minutes. All right. After party on the second channel, Fuck the Government podcast is going down, and I'm gonna go live again. Where's Helm at? All right, I think him. No, shouts out to him. Yo, make sure y'all subscribe to this channel because he breaks down gang stalking like a motherfucker. And and I'm glad that he popped up because I ain't know if I wanted to cover one of his videos or the religion talk or the fuck the government podcast or the shit about the modern chicks. So it was like, all right, the modern chicks is last. I could do that probably on the motherfucking Detroit After Dark. Detroit After Dark. Oh yeah, it's after dark. You know what I'm saying? I might do that then. But I need to get this shit out the way now. To get the religious shit out the way. All right. So shouts out to everybody coming through. Shouts out to In the Groove. Shouts out to me. Shouts out to him. Make sure y'all subscribe to him. Y'all want to, like get in depth on the gang stalking activity. Shouts out to Black Panther, Jacket Brown. Put your fist in the sky. Shouts out to In the Groove. Shouts out to Big Dog 50 OG. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe to his channel. His channel is awesome. It's lit. Very informative. And you get to listen to some real underground hip hop lyrical artists, not rappers, nigga. We listening to lyrical mastery because we are masters of ceremony, true MCs. You know what I'm saying? And we don't fuck with the government. And shouts out to John Horse in the building. Shouts out to Jordan, aka Jada Mindset. You already know. And make sure y'all listen to me and Jada Mindset song, Live It Up. It's on his channel and my channel. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the last song I did. So make sure y'all check that out. It's a great party track. You can play this for the old and new school. That's what I love about it. I made sure that I was very, how can I put it? I constructed that shit perfectly. That's all I gotta say. I am a master when it comes to making a fucking track. But shout out to everybody coming through. Warfare K and get in tune with the Warrior University, man. For real, man. Sharpen your sword. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? And shouts out to Bronze Flat Power in the building. You already know what it is. Shouts out to everybody coming through. Now, we about to get ready to go to Hurricane JW2. It's going down. So I ain't gonna be going too long. Give me about I guess 2 to 5 minutes. And everything should be loaded back up for Hurricane JW2. So thank y'all for coming through. This was the episode about the God. And the only reason why I made this video is because, Christians is getting outrageous. And I needed to make my disclaimer. I only fuck with 3 types of Christians. The conspiracy Christians that, that follow what's going on and they understand what's going on. They studying the same shit I'm studying. And they saying, shit, nigga, fuck this shit. You know what I'm saying? So, we can talk on many levels. And next set of Christians, we got the spiritualist Christians that believe that Jesus lived within the heart chakra. So they're on some meditation type of shit, on the frequency, listen to frequencies and sounds and living in peace, love, and harmony and joy, living in the constant state of the Christ consciousness on that spiritual shit. You know what I'm saying? Spiritual Christians, I fuck with them. That's what I call. I don't really know what they call. So I'm like, if you missing meditation with Jesus, I'm gonna call you spiritual Christian. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, And last but not least, my favorite Christians, the Gnostic Christians, the one that knows the truth on who God really truly is, and he don't give a fuck about us. His name is Yalda Bayoff, Chief Archon of this universe, the creator of physicality. He is from the great mother Sophia that didn't want his ass when he was born, cast his bitch ass out to darkness, aka outer space. And he woke up and started creating shit. Simple as that. I'm a jealous God. You worship no other God before me. But you out here creating other gods and shit. But where was these other guys already at? If these motherfuckers is already you must not be shit, nigga. Niggas was probably aborting fetuses left and right up there in the pleroma. Sophia probably wasn't the only one. And if y'all want to read about that, read the Secret Book of John. Those are the secret books of the Bible. Like most people, You know, I haven't read the Bible from front to back at all. I have. Puzzles, mysteries, riddles, contradictions, metaphors, symbolisms, parables, variables, astrology, numerology, gematria, a splash of spirituality. Yo, that's how you got to read it in order to understand it. Simple. But when you find out the holes in the story and you read the book of Enoch, the book of Jasher, the book of Thomas, the book of Maccabees, the book of the 12 tribes, the book of Adam and Eve, the book of Solomon, the 72 Goetia demons, reading about I did say the secret book of John already, right? So yeah, the book of Enoch, the book of Raziel, the book of some motherfucker that start with a Y, but motherfucking book of Melchizedek. You know what I'm saying? I read them shits. So it is what it is. My favorite is the secret book of John because it talks about who God really is, and the book of Raziel because Raziel is the angel of secrets. You find out the secrets of God. And the book of Enoch talks about how all the 7 heavens look and all the 7 hells look and 7 earths. I'm like, wow, so these are other fucking dimensions then. You know what I'm saying? So frequencies and waves and all this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It goes over to a whole nother level. But now I'm reading more esoteric. But anyway, shouts out to everybody coming through. We about to get ready to do this Fuck the Government podcast. I'm out. Peace.